Welcome everybody. Travis here for Tpull's Corner. We have a new deck for you today. This one is, I gotta admit, I've got a couple other decks that I've had great success with, but I'm slow rolling those. Give me a chance to go visit a series I haven't made an entry in quite a while. I'm just going to put all our tap land in up front. You could argue I should have put out Valley Quest Caller, but let's see what happens here. We'll see what type of deck we're coming up against here. Okay. That kind of deck. Let's see what happens when we do with the offspring cost. Oh, that gets through. Never mind. It's gonna be that kind of day. We got lots of protection. Seriously, Arena? Six, seven. They burned through a couple of lands already. I wonder if they're going to have any trouble with lands. They should have a spell they can cast to search for stuff. They're actually just going to discard something. Ultima. They have so many board wipes. They're just tossing them in the trash. They could always go back and get that later with Inspiration from Beyond. There we go. Now they're looking. They didn't have the extra blue for the kicker, so they only got one card out of that. But they got their second blue. And now they gotta wait. Let's try this. We can afford to pay more than the No More Lies. Which all that means is they probably got another board wipe. This is gonna be a board wipe o'clock. I don't know why my opponent's name is Test Deck 5. I wonder if they rename themselves depending on what deck they use. Or if that's just their permanent name they use all the time. Yeah, the deck that I'm using is not the deck that I created personally myself. This is a deck I ran up against, and it crushed me. And we'll explain why. We're going to go through a little bit of Magic history today. Talk about some of the colors involved. Get ready for 5/5 now. Again, I can pay through the No More Lies. If they're hoarding 2 counter spells, there could be a problem. There's one counter spell. Here. There's another one. Now your No More Lies is good. Use the second one, please. Thank you. Alright, they're getting 5 in. This will give me life too, right? Sweet. Alright. What do we do next? Let's swing in an attack. They're taking it. They should have blocked. I didn't have anything against that, but we'll destroy the untapped creatures. And we'll bring down Caretaker's Talent now that we got a chance and there's no flyer. I didn't want to bring down the Planeswalker while there was a flyer around there. Let's make it level 2. We'll make a copy of the only token that's out there. And now can we sneak a Planeswalker past the control deck? Sing Rips are pretty cheap, so they can still do other stuff. Let's try one. There's a big hesitation. They can do something.
Join the fight!
But here's where the deck starts to kick in. My deck, that is. We get the card draw now. Since we advanced Caretaker's Talent. Well, actually, this was level 1, so we didn't have to advance it, but whenever one or more tokens, we draw a card. And they're just flashing this in again. They're just going to go kill my Planeswalker almost, aren't they? They still got a full hand of cards, too. What are the odds that they got a third one ready to flash in the next turn? Okay, they're hitting their land drops. They've got enough for more counter spells.
Retribution.
We're gonna go get some more card draw here.
Our ranks grow.
Nice. Let's see if they have a counterspell. Think about it, think about it, think about it. Now you're blocking. Nope, they changed their mind. They're blue, you gotta give them time. Alright, I don't know if this is gonna work, but we're gonna destroy all untapped creatures. Even though I put down the Valley Quest Caller, they're gonna see that I'm gonna lose 3 creatures on the field if we can get rid of their flyer. If they got another one, they could still flash in a 3/3 flyer and kill my Planeswalker next turn. But they're doing the calculus. Okay. They want to keep their flyer. Which is hopefully going to be okay because... Oh, dang. How many do they have? Let's just go ahead and bump our tokens up. Expect them to kill the Planeswalker this turn. The no more lies. If they're going to throw away anything, I've got so much land now that I can probably afford that kind of thing. This only gives a +1 counter, right? And of course, they've got Get Lost, they've got Board Wipes, they got so many resources. They've gone through half their deck already. They're looking through the next 9 cards. Figure 5 of those will be lands at this point. Yet another full hand of cards. And still 4 open energy, so I don't know if this is going to work. What are we doing? Oh, they're looking for more stuff? That's 14 cards they look through. They look through half the rest of their deck. That's 75% of their deck they've sorted through to try and find stuff. Are they trying to find a board wipe? I mean, they used 2 of the 3 steps ahead. So they kind of guaranteed this is going to work for us.
Do not
Oh,
despair.
never mind. That doesn't
Together,
work.
we will win.
Shoot. Alright, let's give them all flying.
Take my blessing.
Digging again through the next 10 cards. So they got to be looking for a board wipe, right? Or at least a get lost to take out the Planeswalker. Why would they do that? Let's if you got another counterspell, we're gonna make you use it. Or they just go for the... Okay, there's the Day of Judgment. So we're starting over again. But we're going to start with our land. We're going to scry. We're going to see what's coming up next. I'm going to skip... Well, actually... We could sacrifice that for another card draw as well. And I'm going to get that card now.
Ready arms!
Alright, down to 10 finally. I'm not putting Seraphic Steed out. They've got 2 Day Judgments they've used already. Really, Repel Calamity. Do they have that in place of Get Lost? Okay, milled 3 cards they don't need for the 3 lands. Went back to get a Get Lost, so they get rid of the Planeswalker. Give me more card draw. Give them time. They are blue. What cards you got left, Hoss? Alright, so they can kill my land. They can kill that one. Down to 4. Can they really pull this out still? Even in the middle of their attack, we have to sit and wait for them to think. is there any more boring games than going up against blue-white control when they start to lose? They could still pull a couple of board wipes out from their graveyard. Oh, come on. We're getting a little ridiculous now, aren't we? They were going oh so fast all the rest of the game when they thought they had the advantage. This is what you call poor sportsmanship. When I'm not recording, I just pull out my phone, I play my mobile games, something like that. Can divert my focus. If I'm going to play a game like this, then if I'm not recording again, it just becomes secondary. It becomes something that's on in the background, and eventually I'll get back to it whenever it's my turn. And then I just go take care of other stuff. Here, I'm trying to make a video. So, Wizards of the Coast, you need to make a YouTube format for your Arena channel so people know they're going to be recorded. So they should know that they don't do stuff like this. There should be like only 2 ropes instead of 3. I mean, did they just give up? Did they give up the ghost? How many cards do I still have? I've gone through about half my deck. This is not really a test deck anyway, so I don't know that his screen name matches. This is standard stuff. This is standard blue-white control. It should have. Yeah, they just gave it up. Maybe they were on their mobile phone and they just closed out and left. Alright, poor sportsmanship marks for that one. But let's go in. We will show you Planeswalker talent. Okay, so this is based a little bit of a cheat, so to speak, because in the color pie, white is supposed to have all the answers, right? They can destroy creatures, they can destroy artifacts, they can destroy enchantments, they have board wipes, can destroy every creature at once. They have a lot of answers to just about every threat that there could possibly be, but they didn't used to have card draw because you didn't want them to have every answer in their hand for the entire match. Then Commander got popular. Commander players started griping about red and white and how they weren't competitive enough, and Wizards of the Coast started listening to them and started designing cards for Commander. And one of the things that they made a concerted effort about was they're like, well, what can we add to white in the color pie that maybe was in another color? And they looked at card draw. And so here we now have cards like Caretaker's Talent. Whenever one or more tokens you control enter, draw a card. They started at most with drawing the planes, right? They were restricting their initial card draw to just let them get a land out from time to time. And then it expanded from there. And now there's a whole bunch of cards that white has access to that allows them to draw cards so they can keep pace in Commander formats. Now, it's up to you to decide if you like this new state of affairs or not, but I made an entire video around this fact a few months ago, and I included all of the cards in the environment that allowed white to do card draw at the time, some of which are still around, Only some have rotated out. But that deck kind of crushed it. And I just got to remember every now and then that not everybody watches every single video. So you may not have seen that one. But this is more of the same. So we've got card draw with Caretaker's Talent, especially when we team it up with Elspeth. Because when she creates a soldier creature token, first of all, we got, if one or more tokens would be created, you create twice as many. So we're going to get twice as many tokens. But just getting one will give us the card draw from Caretaker's Talent. It only triggers once each turn in an attempt to control it. But if you got 2 copies of the card down, you're going to get a draw off of each one. Now, to help us out with the rest of this, we do have some attempts to protect our creatures with Restoration Magic. Give one hexproof and indestructible till end of turn. If we can afford to pay more of the tiers for the cost, we can gain some life as well. Also got 3 copies of Dawn's Truce. You and permanents you control gain hexproof until end of turn. If we're willing to give them a card draw, we can also gain indestructible for a turn. That can kind of maybe help us out against the board wipes if we ever draw it. For removal, 4 copies of Not on My Watch. I did not originally have these in the deck. I cycled out a couple of each of these creatures. You see I don't have chunks of 4, I have 3. I had to make room for Not on My Watch because the environment is so fast. I did need single removal for things that were getting through to attack me. We've got 3 Valley Quest Callers. Whenever one or more rabbits, bats, birds, and or mice you control enter, you get scry, and those all get +1/+1. We've got 3 copies of Terran Tusk, Unwisely Awoken. 2/2, when it enters you create a food token. Other spiders, boars, bats, bears, birds, cats, dogs, frogs, jackals, lizards, mice, otters, rabbits, raccoons, rats, squirrels, turtles, and wolves get +1/+1. Tender Wild Guide is a possum druid. It has an offspring 2 cost, so if I have 4 free energy, I can get 2 creatures out at one time. One of them is a token that would also pop off with Caretaker's Talent, and we'd get 2 of those with Elsform out. And you can tap each of these and give them +1/+1s on themselves. 4 copies of Seraphic Steed, 2/2 with First Strike and Lifelink. Whenever you saddle the creature you create while you're attacking, you create a 3/3 White Angel creature token with flying. So this gives me a possible way, even if I have to throw this, into the line of fire and make a suicide attack, I can at least get a 3/3 Angel if I need to get a flyer. 4 board wipes, and 4 of the mythic rare Elspeth Storm Slayer Planeswalker. Hidden in here, we've got 1 copy of Koshi Village from Avatar, so we could sacrifice it, get another card draw out of it. And we got 2 Restless Prairies that can turn into 3/3 green and white llama creatures. They give +1 to other attacking creatures. And then, of course, there's always 1 Demolition Field to take care of any special man land creatures they might throw against us. So this type of deck is taking advantage of the changes that Wizards of the Coast has made to white by purposefully giving them card draw advantage so that we can draw into the answers that we need faster. It's kind of like they've overclocked white, because when they made this adjustment, it worked in Commander. It made things better for them in Commander, but they did not necessarily fix anything else in the balance in Standard. So you've got the introduction of card draw here. And, what did the other colors get in return? If you introduce a card draw advantage that didn't used to exist in white, and now it has it, and everybody starts using it, and make no mistake, people are using it. I don't have a token yet, so we're just gonna attack. We need 5 lands to make everything work. And that's it. They were already getting rid of double. I think they just had land trouble. Sometimes Arena uses us in that way. Every color has a philosophy to it. Every game has a balance with the competing objects. Part of the reason StarCraft is so fun, you've got 3 races, right? You got Terrans, you got Protoss, you got Zerg. There's a rock, paper, scissors quality to them in terms of what different units you can make and how they impact the other races. And they got that balance right, and it made for a very fun game, and people still play StarCraft Online today. They play the StarCraft 2, they play the original. Everybody's got, you know, a different kind of format, just like Magic does. But still very popular because they got the mix right. They kept the balance in the game. The 5 colors, they worked on it. When Richard Garfield made the alpha, he tried to consider some kind of balance. I'm not sure he got the mix perfectly right. There's some other designers that came around later that said we're kind of gonna not make some of these cards the way they were originally made. We're going to sort of declare lanes for the colors in an attempt to create that balance. And it kind of worked. But over time they've been changing things. We know we have the power creep anyway. That's going to happen. This is a risk because I got black. Since they do have black, they've probably got removal. And I don't have what I want to fully protect my stuff yet. They got to go first. Yep, they thought about it and they said, yep, that's what I want to do. So can we recover from that? I'm not going to use our defenses just yet. We're going to try and see if we can get a presence here. Again, a risk because I tapped out, so I don't protect anything. And Not on My Watch does not help against Delinda, so I need my board wipe. They go to +5 once they get... Okay, so let's do this. We're going to lose this Planeswalker probably, but we'll get rid of Belinda now.
Cease!
And we don't have to tap these just yet. Let's wait and see if they want to swing in with the Siphoner or not. We can actually use their mana in order to save them with the Restoration Magic if we need to. They go for a creature instead. Think about it. I don't know why they're waiting, really. They just need to throw the Healer's Hawks over there and kill the Planeswalker now. It's kind of an easy choice. They're going to ignore the Planeswalker? I guess they want to beef up the Paladin?
And seize your destiny!
We kind of put them in a false sense of security by casting a spell. we've got a way to get rid of the paladin and a way to protect single removal. We don't really have a way to stop that. I think we get rid of the guy in the land. Restoration magic doesn't stop that. They target the opponent. The opponent has to sacrifice the creature. Now this has double strike, so they should feel comfortable swinging in. They're just not going to attack with the healer hawks. Right? Or are they going to attack with everything just to say, we're going to force you to block? The nice thing is they're tapped out. They're going all in. Say goodbye to the paladin. Didn't even have to use my protective magics. That's nice. Okay, this is perfect. It is time for the turn. They're at 35. They should feel comfortable just taking the hit. There you go. Destroy all. I did that wrong. I did that wrong. I hit the wrong thing.
More heroes for the cause.
Yeah, that may cost me the game right there. This is what happens when it gets to be close to midnight and you decide that you want to play some Magic. You gotta pay attention. I wanted to destroy the untapped creatures. Are they just swinging in straight? They're not gonna hit the Planeswalker. I'm okay with that, actually. I was looking for something else other than that.
Strike from the heavens!
What are they going to bring back? They can bring back mana value 2 or less. They just bring back a hawk. Okay. It's an army of 5. We're ready with our restoration magic. That's why we're not concerned. They're trying to figure out, do they want to press in and attack with all 3? Or maybe just 2? Again, are they ignoring my Planeswalker? Let's just take this one out. I'm going to use this now anyway. Gain 6 life. It'll be nice. Let's get rid of you.
Evil falls to its death!
And the battle of our armies continues. And each time they're wondering, do I attack or not? They can attack with Healer's Hawk easy, right? But they're wondering, are they going to attack with Sunblast Healer? I'd be willing to trade that. Look at that. They are willing to trade. We'll let that one go. We're not going to use Restoration Magic to protect that. Another Planeswalker. That's right, I got 4. I'm not sure why they're stopping to read this again. They already dealt with the first one. Maybe they were just frozen in fear for a second. Let's destroy the Cat Collector now.
This is my duty.
We can block the ground. They can get 1 point in with the Hawk. They should still feel comfortable at 42. They shouldn't be panicking. At some point, both of us should start drawing some more lands. Ha! Speak of the devil. They should have been able to compute the math that these two can't get through. So, again, trying to figure out why it takes them so long to make their decisions here.
You've only scratched my heart. Join the fight!
Increase our army. We need to keep some breathing space here. And at some point, we'll get one of the 4 Caretaker's talent, and we'll start getting our card draw engine going. The engine with Caretaker's talent and Elspeth is well known. There's another YouTuber I like to watch when I get a chance, Swayze. And he likes to think up some interesting deck concepts from time to time, but I have noticed that whenever he's playing white, he tends to throw those in as a crutch because he's just addicted to the card draw that white gives him now. And it's kind of hard to deny it, right?
More heroes for the cause.
Alright, it is time to start going after stuff. Attack with you, and you, and you. And now you start to understand the problem. Yes? Yes, honored opponents? All they can do is keep Elspeth at 1. In the meantime, I need to remember to keep pumping up the wild guides.
Enough provocations!
Make everybody a flyer, shall we? I'm going to keep some of these back. 5 attackers seems like enough. Was that 9 points? So they kind of got a 4-turn clock left. So now they got their life gain back. Their ugly, ugly life gain. Except now you can't attack me at all. Instead of creating more tokens, I have enough tokens. I can just keep Elspeth at 1 and keep giving them counters and make them flying all the time. All day, every day. Life is good. What else we got? Don't need the land at this point. We need all of them to fly to stop the one healer's hawk. They nearly got back up to 40 again already. 1 and 2 and a 3 and a 4 and a 5. That's enough to make them nervous. They're going to give up the healer's hawk. We got a little bit of life gain going finally on their side. And Elspeth can't get up to -3 yet, right? Well, we could start pumping up Elspeth again. But we just don't need to, because for 0, we have lethal next turn. In the meantime, I can do this. And they might scoop now. They might be doing the math. They might figure out there's no need for us to toy with them. And you know what? We got through all that without a single caretaker's talent. Almost 20 cards. Didn't get it. No card draw. Oh, I think they're done. Auto play. Pass to blockers. Block you. Block you. Block you. Make more powerful. Make more powerful. Yep. They wanted to feel like they left on their terms while they were still over 20 life. As much life gain as you want, it just doesn't matter. I had more than 28 points of damage on a single turn ready. And that's just the power that is Planeswalkers. There are some people that think that Planeswalkers were a mistake. The whole idea of the game is that you are a Planeswalker traveling to a different plane, creating connections, gathering powerful artifacts, assembling your power, all of that kind of stuff. I think I just go get another planes right away so I can start casting these on turn 2. I kind of hate to do Fabled Passage on the first turn because it messes up whatever shuffle Arena liked at the beginning. And they could have any number of 1-mana spells that are red that take out my steed, but it's worth the risk. Get an early couple of points hit. Oh, they did not want to get hit in the face at all. Is that 4 in a row we just won? This is good Jack, isn't it? I don't know what the standard name for this is. I just called it Planeswalker Talent. But yeah, at some point they, one of the newer people in the company decided, hey, we should put Planeswalkers in the game, and they worked on it. And the initial designs weren't quite working out, but they've been playing around with the frames ever since. And a lot of the good things that we have in the game that are mostly framed as enchantments in one way or another, they come from the original attempt to make a Planeswalker. That's where the bones of like enchantment sagas and cases and a whole bunch of stuff come from. I think it actually goes back to this structure kind of shield type thing that Richard Garfield was trying to design years earlier. I like Planeswalkers. It is difficult to deny that if you get one good Planeswalker down, that can sort of ruin your whole day if you're not equipped to deal with it. Okay, they've got that. I don't know that I have a way to deal with that. I mean, eventually I would, but I want my demolition land to take care of the Soulstone Sanctuary. They got a demon already on curve with their card draw, and no sign of Caretaker's Talent anywhere. And they are not missing a card draw. Another demon. Get rid of the first one. Get rid of the second one. We are flooding out really bad. We do have protection from one removal, for what it's worth. Yeah, we got it. Let's use it. That only costs them 1 energy. They can just create their flying demon now. We just flooded out with nothing but lands. They got just as many lands, but they also got a bunch of other spells, is the problem. And I didn't get my demolition land. Yeah, I didn't build anything in the deck to take care of enchantments, so I think they've I mean, we got 4 in a row, and then Arena does this, and yeah, I can't take out that enchantment either, so this is not going to go well for us. And this is all creature types, so we're still losing. I don't know why they wouldn't. Yeah, go get that back. We're gonna go. We were completely outclassed. Once they get Virtue of Persistence down. I do not have a way to control for enchantments in this particular deck. The deck is designed to be faster because you're getting Caretakers down early. You're creating a token and you're creating card draw. And you noticed there's a way that you can lose with this deck. Arena stops giving you Caretaker's Talent. All right, the one thing that really gives you a nice card draw advantage in the entire deck, and suddenly it's just not making an appearance. Like, we got every other card, but not that one anymore. Arena knows, just like the Magic designers know, it's an abnormal card. It should not exist. They were wrong to include it in the game, probably. I don't mind throwing creatures out here because they'll probably have Sheltered by Ghosts, and then we'll get all our creatures back when we just split up. So they might want to put Sheltered by Ghosts on right away just to modify that without even taking one of my creatures. Is the problem. I kind of want them to take my creature so I can get it back. So wait a minute. Wait until I get a turn. That's hexproof, but it's not indestructible. And, you know, that's enough power. I really need a land. I need an untapped land. And they didn't give us a land. That's hilarious. Thank you, Arena, for land starving me. That's fair. You already made me lose the last one. No Caretaker's Talent anywhere, and now you're not going to give me land either. That is also a way you can lose in this game. And there you go. Even split up's not going to be enough. No, I'm dead. Because I'd only have enough to kill these two, and they've got lethal the next turn anyway, but I'm not going to get a land, right? Yeah. Yeah. So, complete talent. That was all skill on my opponent's part. I'm just bad at this game, that's all there is to it. Okay, at some point, there's a group of employees at Wizards of the Coast that are dedicated to me and my gameplay. And they take shifts, they drink a lot of coffee, and when we get close to midnight, they start messing with my deck draws. And sometimes they don't give me land, and sometimes they don't give me Caretaker's Talent, and sometimes they don't give me both. And they need to kind of try and make sure that I lose half of my games. But at some point, they go on a break. Expect this to die. Did not die. They may have just wanted to see what I did next. They may still kill this on the attack. They do not. What is going on? Always try and get... Let's see, we've got double white, so I guess we go for double green. Let's go ahead and get it forced out now. Overall, we do need more white sources. Especially now. They're looking at both. I wonder, just, yeah, I mean, that shouldn't be a big decision there. Okay, we have Restoration Magic, so we can save one of these now. Whichever one they target. if we so desire, we can save it. Opponent does not miss their land drops. It would be nice if we could get all 5 of our land drops. Finally. Opponent looks again, inspects both of our creatures thoroughly. Return. Let's protect it now. Hexproof and indestructible, please. Because that makes this spell fizzle. And then they don't get it as the adventure, right? And they're going to lose the Scalding Viper side of it. That's why we made that choice when we did. We could have just shrugged our shoulders and said, yeah, we'll just cast it again, but I don't want the Scalding Viper. Excellent. Perfect time to scry. No. I mean, I'm tempted. I feel like I'm ahead of the game right now. It would not be the worst thing in the world to take that card, but I want a case. I want one of the talent cards, rather. Or I want my 5th land so I can put down the Elspeth I already have. And so technically this is probably the smarter play, was to scry that away. It would have been a little greedy to keep it. Alright. They knew. They could tell. Springleaf Drum. See, the Wizard Spies, they went on their break. Usually making me lose 2 in a row is enough. They can chortle and they can enjoy themselves. Still no Caretaker's talent. That really is the key to this deck, but I mean, you don't need it to win. A lot of cases, the black can win because they have a perfect mix of removal and creatures, so they'll get a couple creature or 2 creatures down, they'll remove yours, and they just play 3 or 4 removal cards, and they have enough. Yeah, let's put down something on turn 2. I have an instinct to always put down all my tap lands first, but going up against certain colors, it's better to get your creatures down fast. The land ramp has begun. I could put down another creature, but in this case I'm going to protect the Quest Caller. I've got 2 different spells that can do it. Let's see how many lands they have. Oh, they just have a way to go get another one, that's all. Auto pay. Okay, we're tapped out. They're just going full speed ahead. And they got a nice little card draw engine themselves now. But we have Elspeth.
I light the... My blade brings justice!
And these can generate energy, so we can still protect our creatures with our protective spells. Neener, neener, neener. Oink, oink, oink. What are you going to unsummon? Okay. Oh, look at that. They just have everything they need. That's just perfection right there.
This is not the end.
This might be a mistake, but come on. The game seems to be struggling to catch up with what I'm trying to do. Alright, this is perfect. In a sense, we're going to just let them power up and bring creatures out, and hopefully we have enough of a presence that we can stall them just long enough for us to get our board wipe out. It's not going to work if they just give me land. Perfect land draws for them right after they go find a creature that helps them with land draw. So, again, notice we did not get Caretaker's talent this entire time. I guess. We dig and we dig. Nice. So yeah, we kind of need the board wipe next turn. That is not going to do it. I should have been pumping this guy up. So it doesn't matter, we only have 6 to block. We blocked 5 of these and they still got 19 over here. 4 board wipes, didn't get them. 4 Caretaker's talents, never got them. 3 more Planeswalkers, which might have helped us out if we got them up soon enough. Never got them. And this is kind of what happens. You put together the deck performs really well the first day or two, and then Arena changes how they give you the cards. Look at that. I think the spies are back. I had to complain a couple of rounds about it, but eventually they gave it to me. Keto over here is mulliganing, which could be good for us, or it could mean that they waited to mulligan down to their perfect speedrun hand with the perfect 1-2-3 curve. Yep, there's Authority of the Consuls. We'll take that. Excalibur! Let's go ahead and bring down a steed now. They're going to get a hit in, but maybe we'll have something that can block next turn. 2 Authority of the Consuls, and they got their life gain. Life is good for them. So now they just need to fly over and hit me for life gain. And I do not have a way... Oh, I can kill that though. I don't know why you would swing in with Cloud right then. That's kind of strange to me. Alright, we get our first token, we get our first card draw. But I don't have a way to get rid of artifacts, so Excalibur is really going to be hurting me. And look, another card draw. No matter where you go, White's giving card draw these days. Yeah, I guess we do this.
The multiverse. Your reckoning has come.
Yeah. We expect them to equip Excalibur at some point and go kill the Planeswalker.
Watch for my return.
That was not what we needed. We can go do this.
My blade ascends on wings of light.
Yeah, let's go. That's 10, but they're gaining 14 each turn. We need to wait for a board wipe or a removal card. None of which are showing up just yet. Let's try for card draw. Are we having fun yet? Card draw is not helping me.
Take my blessing.
No, I can't do it that way. I can do saddle 4 with this guy. Swing in there. Create a couple more blockers for coming up. And that's a good place to end that there. That's gross. Are they going straight for me? They're going straight for me. More life gain. Wow. Okay, 8 removal cards somewhere in the deck. We'll go ahead and pump this up. Kill the Regalia. Do this one. 2 card draw now. It's about time. Let me make sure I hit the right one this time. What else can we do? Give him more life. Why not? Alright, they got a lot of mileage on 2 creatures.
From the heavens.
Nice. Should have done this before, but oh well. Don't need to bother bringing any others down. We've got lethal. So again, they got life over 80, just doesn't matter. Once we got 2 Caretaker's Talent, we got the card draw, we got what we needed.
Warriors, rise!
And what's our final score? We actually got back up to 44 and they were negative 20, so just took a couple of turns to do a 100-point swing. The life gain decks look impressive, but there's a flaw. People associate a lot more influence to life totals than is relevant, and we've demonstrated that time and time again on the channel. However, card draw is important, and you saw going up against somebody with massive power and constant life gain every turn, the card draw advantage is what we needed to tip the balance, not more life ourselves. So, yeah, when you draw more than 2 lands, you get a couple of Caretaker's Talent, maybe a Planeswalker here and there. That's all you really need to, you got a little bit of protection here and there for removal. Not a ton, right? There's only 8 pieces of interaction. We could have put more removal, I guess, instead of protection. But I think it's equally important in this particular deck configuration because you look 2.5, kind of cheap as far as the mana cost, but we only have 13 creatures, so it becomes important to protect the creatures that we have, and so I think that's just about the right mix of protective cards. Dawn's Truce, actually, we didn't draw a ton of during the entire series there, but yeah, there's an entire playlist I have called Decks That Beat Me. This is not, I mean, I decided what to do for the removal cards. But basically, these creatures and Elspeth Caretaker Shell and Restoration Magic, that's all very common. I think, I don't know if it's from a pre-constructed deck list or not. I don't study the precons that they release because I never go buy them. However, You know, it's a fun deck. It's okay to maneuver. It's kind of standard in the sense that you've got a mix of creatures, a mix of interaction, and when you get one good Planeswalker down, it can tip the balance, that kind of thing. The real big change, really, in the history of Magic, though, is that Wizards is designing for commander decks, and they altered the color pie to give white something it didn't have. And they didn't necessarily... I mean, they've given things to other colors over time, right? They've been given stuff to red to make it more competitive in Commander. They gave vigilance over to their blue creatures that attack, so blue has vigilance now. Black kind of gets a little more chance every now and then to destroy enchantments. It took them a while to get into that. That's still a little rare, but at least it has it. I'm not sure what green's gotten. Green's historically, green has been in the driver's seat as far as starting off the entire series, the beginning of the game, always seeming to get more and more stuff that it seemed like they had everything. And then over the years, they've tried to actually strip things out from green and say, okay, you can't do this and you can't do that. But even there's some fighting on it. So, but the latest and greatest and biggest change that they've been doing as far as constructing for Commander is they've been creating all of these cards that give white card draw, and not just to go get an extra planes anymore, just pure plain draw an extra card. And I think it's warped the game, and I think that's why you see a shift towards more people splashing in white, using these particular type of shells to get that card draw advantage, whereas before they wouldn't have had it. And I'm not sure it's really the best for the game, but it's there. We can't stop it, so we're going to use it. And so if you ever want to have a nice little shell, just keep in mind, get Elspeth, get Caretaker's Talent, splash it into any deck you want, really. It doesn't have to be a mono white deck. Although if you want to overload on card draw advantage, there's a lot of white cards that you can punch in there now. It's been a while since we made one, and we could do another one. So leave a comment if you want to see kind of an overclocked white card draw deck, because it's been, I want to say it's been close to a year since I actually did that. So it's not like we do it a lot on this particular channel. But yeah, if you want to have fun just seeing a whole bunch of deck suggestions of things that have already cleaned my clock on Arena previously, go look up the deck list called Decks That Beat Me, and just queue it up and start having fun playing that. And in the meantime, I'll have something new for you next time. Thanks, everybody. Have a good one.